Welcome to Wildcat Science with Mrs. Haugo. This is the reproductive system, chapter 23, that we will be talking about. So in class, we're going to talk about Sylvie, and it can be found on page 512. And let's talk about the basics, both male and female reproductive system. So the reproductive system is different than all of the other systems because with all the other systems, their goal is to keep you alive and to keep homeostasis. The reproductive system is not needed to keep you alive. It is needed to produce new life. So the major players are the gonads. These are the primary sex organs. They are not the external genitalia that we may think of, but the testes in males and the ovaries in the females. And gonads produce gametes, which are sex cells. And if you remember from biology, gametes are haploid and are created by meiosis, and we'll get into that more on a future slide. So the gametes in males are spermatozoa, sperm, and ovum or egg in females. Also, the gonads secrete hormones, which is their endocrine function. There are also accessory sex organs, which includes all internal glands and ducts and all external genitalia. So looking at the basics of males and females, we'll look at this picture more of the developing fetus. So all embryos start out the same. They are neither masculine nor feminine. And if testosterone is present, the genitalia will begin to masculinize. If testosterone is not present, then all embryos will begin to form girls. This would happen around week 10 of the fetal development, and that is when the gonads either become ovaries or testes. And looking at the picture, so this is what both male and female start out with gonads and ducts, and then if testosterone is present around week 10, then the gonads will develop into testes, and these ducts will turn into parts of the reproductive system that we recognize, like the vas deferens and such. And then if there is no testosterone present, it will develop into ovaries, and then also these ducts will develop into parts of the reproductive system that we also recognize, uterus, oviducts, vagina, stuff like that. Let's look a little bit more at the fetal development. By 7 weeks, the fetus has a genital tubercle, urogenital tubercle, and labioscrotal folds. And if you remember, this is before the fetus has developed either masculine or feminine. In females, these will become the clitoris, the urethra, the vagina, and the labia. In men, these become the urethra, penis, and scrotum. Okay, looking at the pictures, we can see in the developing fetus, we have the genital tubercle, the urogenital tubercle, and the labioscrotal folds, As it develops, this would be before it has divided into either masculine or feminine, and then the genital tubercles would become the clitoris in females, and then the urogenital tubercle would become the urethra and the vagina in females, and then the labioscrotal folds would have become the labia majora and the labia minora. And coming over to the men's side, the genital tubercle would become the glans penis, the head of the penis, and the urogenital tubercle obviously would be the urethra inside the penis, and then the labioscrotal folds would become the scrotum themselves. So those are the basics of the reproductive system and how it develops in males and females. In the next video, we are going to focus on the male reproductive system. Okay, thanks.